Gymnastics on ESPN. Western Michigan has made the trek to DeKalb, Illinois in the Convocation Center to take on NIU. The Broncos will try to crash the party as the Huskies celebrate Senior Day. Hello everyone, I'm Andy Garcia alongside former Arizona State gymnast Ashley Feuerbach. And Ashley, the calendar is turned to March. What's the mindset now for both the teams and the gymnasts themselves?
Yeah, we're really looking for a high team score today from both teams. The way to do that is to really clean up all of their landings, get rid of any form errors, and really try to be consistent today.
Let's take a look at some of the gymnasts to watch. First for NIU, it's Senior Day, so let's take a look at the senior, Ashley Potts. She continues to put up big scores, including tying a school record 9.95 on the bars last weekend.
Yes, there's a reason. She's MAC Gymnast of the Week 2 times this season. She's been really consistent in the lineup all around, all season for the Huskies. So we're really excited to watch her perform today as a senior for this meet.
And for Western Michigan, the junior, Rachel Underwood, a hometown not too far from here, Cary, Illinois. She's coming off a career-high score of a 9.9 on the floor last weekend.
She's also been really consistent in the lineup for the Broncos this year, and today she's actually going to be competing all around. So we're excited to see what she has in store for us.
Western Michigan will start on the bars, and that is their lineup, starting with the senior, Kelsey Hood. We mentioned Rachel Underwood, Morgan Spence. We're going to see Morgan Spence in the all-around also for Western Michigan, alongside Stacey Harrison as well. Jessica Youngkai and Amelia Moeller, the sophomore, is the anchor for the Broncos on the bars. And for NIU, the home team, they start on the vault. Try to continue to put up big numbers as they've had as of late. Vault, they start with Paige Nicholas, the junior. Then you got the freshman, Gabby Welch, Amanda Bartimeo, Catherine Prentice, the senior, Cindy Lamberti, the senior, and Ashley Potts will finish it off. Senior Day, and there's the senior, the anchor on the vault for NIU. Western Michigan comes with a record of 4-5, 1-2 in the MAC. Right now, they're 49th in the national rankings. The Huskies 6-9 overall, 2-2 in the MAC. Right now, NIU is ranked 39th nationally. And you see Western Michigan and their head coach, Penny Jernigan, her 5th season here with the Broncos. They have 4 meets left, including today, and again, they've been gone through a lot of injuries, Western Michigan has, Ashley, and you just got to fight through them, but it means that you're going to see a lot of youth today.
Yes, absolutely. It's a young team competing today, and like you said, there's been a lot of injuries, and that really does hurt the team, but you know what? It gives those lower classmen a lot of experience moving forward, and we can only hope that they have some success today.
NIU coming off a big win over Ball State last Sunday, and a lot of that was because of what NIU did on the floor. We'll talk more about that moving forward because they will finish off on the floor today. But we'll start off, first apparatus, again, for Western Michigan will be the bars, NIU will be the vault. And again, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Final month of the regular season, Ashley.
Yep.
Just got a couple meets left.
Yep.
Want to make sure you're performing at your highest level.
Absolutely. They're really working towards boosting up their RQS, which is their regional qualifying score, and their overall team score helps with that today. So if they can really get a higher team score for them today, that's really going to boost their rankings. And if we can see that over and over through the next 3 to 4 weeks, that will be perfect for them.
The MAC championships come up on Saturday, March 24th. So again, got a couple more weekends to go as Paige Nicholas is up for NIU, the junior from Cleveland, Ohio.
And Paige does a Souk layout, and that is a start value of a 9.8, so that's the highest possible score that she can get. And she started off really well, really strong for them. That opening position is important for the team. It really sets the pace. Here she goes, perfect layout. Those legs are super glued together. Nice to see, just a small step on the landing.
And we move over to the bars, and Kelsey Hood, the senior from Macomb, Michigan.
Just a nice straddled Jaeger. She's going to go into a connection to the low bar. And here's a blind full into a double tuck dismount with a stick. She's really happy with that. It's a great start for the Broncos.
The senior starts it off for Western Michigan on the bars, Kelsey Hood. Next up on the vault for NIU, Gabby Welch. She's coming off a personal best 9.775 on the vault versus Ball State from Greenbrier, Tennessee.
Yeah, and she has a really strong vault. She does a Yurchenko full laid out. And a Yurchenko basically just means they do a round off onto the board before they go onto the table. She'll go round off onto the board, back handspring onto the table, and then she'll do a layout flip and a full twist. We're just waiting on those judges' scores. Looks like they're going to be conferencing here.
Yeah, we're looking from our point of view of one of the officials going to talk to the other official, and she went about halfway and said, all right, I think we're good. We're going to go back at it.
Yeah, those judges, they need to be a little bit closer in scoring. And if they are too far apart, they have to come back together, kind of discuss what they saw, and get closer together in their scores.
All right, so we're just waiting on the finish to get the score for the first vault from Paige Nicholas for NIU, and then Gabby Welch will be up right here.
Next up on the vault for the Huskies,
We've had one competitor each. Kelsey Hood went on the bars for Western Michigan. Paige Nicholas was on the vault, and now Gabby Welch, the freshman, for NIU on the vault.
And here Gabby goes. Beautiful. That was a beautiful vault. So that Yurchenko full laid out. She landed with her chest a tiny bit low, but she stuck that landing, and they are really excited for her. Great job. She really did an awesome job with that. And like I said, those landings are really going to make a big difference in this meet.
And Gabby Welch again came off a personal best last weekend. Now Rachel Underwood, the junior from Cary, Illinois, on the bars for the Broncos. Her high score of the season is a 9.725.
Yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of her today. So far, she's having a good start with her routine. She's getting geared up for her dismount. She did blind full into a double tuck dismount. A little shaky on that landing, and sometimes it can kind of scare you. They might hyperextend their leg or something, but she looks like she's all right, so that's good.
See the replay from Rachel Underwood.
Here's her dismount. A nice clean double tuck. And she keeps those feet grounded, so that's a great landing for her.
Back to the vault, Amanda Bartimeo. Plymouth, Minnesota. The sophomore will be third up on the vault for NIU.
And this is going to be another vault that's really strong for the Huskies. It is a vault that's valued that starts at a highest possible 995. So that's as high as she can go. She won't be able to get a 10-0. That's at one point they devalued some of the vaults because they wanted to get higher vaults in there. And just to give those who do perform higher vaults a little bit of an advantage. But she's got a good vault. We'll see what she does today.
Bartimeo, Amanda Bartimeo, is now ready to go.
Here she goes, round off entry to a half. Nice landing, beautiful landing. She's nice and clean in the air. She just had that tiny little hop. She really knew where she was on that landing. And again, those landings are going to add up today, and she did a fantastic job.
We move to Morgan Spence, the freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina.
She's nice release move, overshoot to handstand. She's getting ready to get into her dismount. That blind full, also into a double tuck with a step on the landing. Nice start. She had some of those cast handstands were a little shy of the vertical, so you want to get all the way up to vertical. And you'll see here she does her blind full right on top of the bar, which is wonderful, directly into her dismount, and that gives her some connection bonus that they're looking for.
Morgan Spencer, Western Michigan, she finished third in the all-around last weekend at Rutgers, and you see Catherine Prentice, the senior for NIU, one of the 4 seniors for the Huskies here, celebrating Senior Day.
Yeah, and she's an all-arounder, one of 2, and actually both all-arounders are seniors for the Huskies, and you know, she's had a lot of success for the team this year. She's getting ready to go. She goes Yurchenko full onto the table and a tuck off. That was an awesome vault for her. That is a difficult Yurchenko full to do onto the table. It is a value of 10-0. The highest possible score for her is a 10-0 start value. And a full on tuck off. Great landing. Just that small step on the landing. Other than that, great start for Kat.
It can be tough sometimes for a senior to come out on Senior Day knowing this is your last home meet.
Absolutely. It's been a little emotional week for them. That coming to that realization that this is their last time here at the Convocation Center. But they're excited to be on this platform with all the lights and all the glamour in front of the big crowd.
So we go from a senior to a freshman. Stacy Harrison from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Last Saturday, she got a 9.85 on the bars.
Okay, so she just went into her huge straddle Jaeger release move and just didn't quite get her hips up above the bar high enough before she let go. So that makes it to where she's too far away from the bar when she goes to catch it. So unfortunately, the Broncos have a fall right now. So they're going to have to step it up and finish strong here for her routine, obviously, and then the routines to follow.
Again, remember, 6 gymnasts per team compete in each event. The best 5 scores count. The lowest is dropped from each team's event total.
Absolutely. So she's repeating that skill, and she did a fantastic job. She's going to go to the high bar back again for her dismount. Giants. Into a nice double layout. Just a small step on the landing. Like you said, those 5 of the 6 scores count. They're hoping that they don't have to count that score at this point and get some strong scores to back her up from here on out.
Over to the vault, Cindy Lamberty, the sophomore from Grays Lake, Illinois.
She's going to do a Yurchenko layout full. Nice landing. Oh, and she loves it. She knows that that team needed it for sure. And like I said, their job today, most importantly, was to come in and work on the details, work on those landings. Here she goes into her back handspring full off the table, just that small hop, but she knew exactly where she was. She was working for that landing and fighting every ounce of the way.
So far, I would think NIU would be pretty happy on the vault.
Absolutely. You know, their highest team score that they've had all season long is a 48.85 on vault. So they're looking to top that, and you know, I think that they're in a good position to do so today.
Jessie Youngkai, the senior from Shelby Township, Michigan.
Here she goes. She's going to mount over the low bar. That beautiful cast handstand. Very nice, clean lines into a piked Jaeger. Done really well. Back up to the high bar. Nice clean lines into the blind full. And a double tuck dismount. And a good stick. Great stick on that landing. She did, if you notice, on her double tuck, she did have to pull her legs really far apart. We call that a cowboy in gymnastics, and you're going to see it here in slow motion. That cowboy is okay to do to an extent. There is a deduction if you pull too hard in here. Ashley Potts, nice, huge layout Yurchenko full for the Huskies.
Potts, the senior, anchoring the Huskies on the vault. We'll see the replay.
Here she goes. She's going to go a round off entry vault. Back handspring onto the table. Layout full, nice, clean, legs glued together. Just a step on the landing. She gets a lot of distance away from the table, and that's what the judges are looking for.
So those are the 6 on the vault for NIU, and we finish up the bars for Western Michigan with Amelia Moeller, the sophomore from Tinley Park, Illinois. She was a MAC Specialist of the Week back on January 23rd after scoring a 9.90 right here on the bars.
She's going to mount up onto the high bar. Really low cast of handstand there. With a blindfold directly into a ginger. Nicely done. Nice cast handstand there. To a blind change directly into a straddle to handstand. And transitioning back to the high bar. She's getting ready for her dismount. Nice double layout. Oh, a little surprise, big step on the landing. I think she wasn't expecting that, but nicely done. Good way to step up after a fall on bars.
Amelia Moeller, the sophomore, finishes it up on the bars for Western Michigan. You see the replay.
Here she goes into her dismount. Nice double layout, and just a little surprise landing. I don't think she was quite ready for that.
So Western Michigan will have a couple exhibitions on the bars coming up. NIU has one exhibition on the vault. That'll be from Nina Martucci, the sophomore from Clarkston, Michigan. But we're through one rotation for the scores that will count as Western Michigan just finished up the bars. And here's the replay from Nina Martucci.
Here's Nina. She has laid out Yurchenko. The start value there is the highest possible score she can get is a 9.75. But it's good for her to get the experience in front of the judges and in front of the crowd.
That was Nina Martucci for NIU in the exhibition on the vault. And now on the exhibition on the bars, it'll be Kendall Carlson, senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Here she goes, a clear up handstand directly into a ginger. Oh, that's unfortunate. She didn't quite swing her hips high enough up above the bar before she released. Which doesn't allow her to get her hands back up onto the bar to catch it. So right now, she's got one of her teammates just trying to talk her back into it, you know, and nobody likes falling, and so sometimes you just gotta get some positive reinforcement there at the chalk bucket. You get 30 seconds to get back up onto the bar, and if you don't, there's a deduction there as well. Here she goes. Cast handstand. She casts over a little bit, so she's got to regain. Here she goes into her overshoot to handstand. Nicely done. Transitioning back to the high bar. Great cast handstand. Into her dismount of a double layout. Nice. Nice job. Not exactly the routine that she would have wanted, obviously, but she stuck it out. She had to fight throughout the way.
We'll have one more exhibition on the bars for the Broncos. Alexis Olivier, the freshman from Cornelius, North Carolina. And then that'll finish up Western Michigan on the bars. Freshman from Huntersville, North Carolina. Not too far from Cornelius. It's tough to see one of your teammates fall. We saw two Broncos fall on the bars, but
yeah,
as you're Alexis, and again, it's an exhibition, you got to kind of clear that out and know your routine.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, gymnastics is an individual sport, but when you come into college, you regain that sense of team. And but at the end of the day, you need to step up and you have to do your job. And if you aren't doing your job, you're not doing your job for the team. So she knows that this is an opportunity for her to get some experience in front of those judges under pressure, and it could give her an opportunity to be back in the lineup, which would be outstanding for her. And she's going to mount onto the high bar, hip cast handstand, directly to clear hip handstand, into a beautiful ginger. And she's going to transition to the low bar, to an overshoot to handstand. Now she's just going to get ready for her dismount. Giant, blind half again, directly into double tuck. That's a lot of great connection for her, and I would say that she did her job, and that's what you want to see when you're in that exhibition position. We're
through one rotation. We'll come back, quick timeout, we'll show you the scores after one apparatus. NIU hosting Western Michigan. Huskies finishing up on the vault, and you see there, NIU's got a slim lead. We'll come back. MAC Gymnastics on ESPN. In rotation, getting ready for the second. Andy Garcia alongside Ashley Feuerbach, NIU and Western Michigan, MAC Gymnastics. And Ashley, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the vault and NIU. What did you see from the Huskies?
I saw them really performing one of their highest vault events of the season. And every step of the way, they were fighting for those landings, and that's what you're really looking for at this time of the season. They've been focusing on that a lot this year and a lot in practice, so it's definitely paying off.
You see NIU and some of the highlights finished off with Ashley Potts.
Yeah.
And some of the scores, individual scores from NIU. On the vault, Paige Nicholas with a 9.5. Gabby Welch, the freshman, 9.775. Amanda Bartimeo, 9.725. Catherine Prentice with a 9.7. Cindy Lamberti, 9.825. And Ashley Potts with a 9.8. And Ashley, we moved to Western Michigan in the bars. They had a couple falls, but overall, what did you see?
Overall, you know, the scores that they were able to count were great. They performed really well. They fought the same way, just like NIU on their landings. So it was a good start for them. It was unfortunate that they did have that fall, but it didn't matter because all of the girls remaining were able to make their routines, and that's what matters. Mistakes are going to happen in gymnastics.
And they were able to come back from those.
And that was a nice landing there.
And the scores for Western Michigan on the uneven bars, you see Kelsey Hood, 9.75. Rachel Underwood, 9.75. Morgan Spence, 9.675. Stacey Harrison with the 9.275. They're able to drop that one. You see the other scores. Jessica Youngkai, 9.8, and Amelia Moeller, 9.75. So that was the first rotation. We move to the second rotation. We'll see before that. There's the man, NIU head gymnastics coach Sam Moriali in his 7th season. Again, it's senior day here, 4 seniors for NIU. They really, though, are hitting their stride. They've got depth on this squad, Ashley, and they're really, as we said, they're putting up really good numbers week by week.
Yeah, they've been really trying to just build off of meet, and they've had a lot of road meets under their belt as well. So even though this is their last home meet, they've had a lot of competition away from home, and that definitely helps the girls out a lot as far as scores go. When it comes to building your RQS, your regional qualifying score, and they want to get that experience that they can at away meets, because ultimately when they go to MAC championships, they're going to be away. They're going to be competing somewhere else, and they want to have that experience of different competition and different venues.
You see the lineup for the bars. Amanda Bartimeo, Purtrell, Becerra, Prentice, Richardson, and Potts. Western Michigan will be on the vault. And their lineup looks like this. Kelsey Hood, Morgan Spence, Sarah Shirley, Stacey Harrison, Rachel Underwood, and Jackie Yates. You see all those freshmen. You got the 1 senior and 2 juniors. The lineup for the Broncos of Western Michigan on the vault.
Yeah, a lot of freshmen there in the lineup. So it's going to be a challenge, but at the same time, great experience for those freshmen to be in the lineup today.
So again, we're getting ready for the second rotation. The home team will be on the bars. You see the scores after the first rotation. NIU with a 1/10 point. Very close.
Absolutely, and in gymnastics, anything can happen, and that's why it's really important just to continue focusing on building from here. They're really trying to iron out all of those little details, the landings, the form breaks. Anytime that you have a handstand on bars, you're really trying to shoot for that vertical position. The judges can deduct if you're not in vertical position, and if you think about all of the handstands that happen in a bar routine, that can certainly add up. So we're really going to fight for that today for the Huskies.
See some of the crowd here today on Senior Day, and here's a senior for Western Michigan, Kelsey Hood from Macomb, Michigan. She's coming off a 9.75 on the uneven bars.
Here she goes. She's going to do a souk with a tuck full. So she had a different vault entry as what you normally see, and it's really refreshing to see something different. Here she goes. She's going to go a round-up onto the table with a back tuck, full twist off. She just had a small step on the landing. It was a great start for the Broncos.
And over to the bars, Amanda Bartimeo, sophomore from Plymouth, Minnesota.
She's going to go clear hip, handstand, into a ginger, and overshoot. It's a little loose on the catch there on the overshoot, but she's fighting through it. Nice handstand on the high bar, gearing up for her dismount, double layout. Nice finish, nice finish. You know, she was really trying to fight for that stick, and she was starting to kind of take a step forward. So what she decided to do, which was we call the college stick in gymnastics, she turns quickly to salute the judges. And here she is. You'll see it slightly. Yep, steps forward to salute the judge, and you know the judges can decide what they want to do with that. I'm sure they'll probably take a small deduction there, but she did an awesome job to start off the Huskies.
Bartimeo is coming off a top mark for her last week on the bar. She had a 9.825 against Ball State. And now Morgan Spence, the freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, for Western Michigan on the vault.
Here she goes. A round-up entry. Oh, and you know what? Something happened into her round-up. She was a little off, and I could kind of tell the round-up was off just a little bit for her Yurchenko. I think she typically does a Yurchenko full. Here you see it in the replay. Round-up was a little off, so she didn't quite get the block that she wanted on the table, and so she played it safe. She made a really good decision there and played it safe, so she didn't have a short landing.
Now Aubrey Purtell, the senior from Huntley, Illinois, another senior on senior day for Northern Illinois.
Nice pike Jaeger into her overshoot. Aubrey has a really difficult dismount coming up. She was blind changed directly into a double front. Nice fight on her dismount. Nice fight. It's a blind landing, which means that you don't see anything before you land onto the ground. It's really hard to be able to see that landing. Usually you can see it in preparation before you land, and she doesn't get to. So it's all based on timing, and that was a great job for her.
Sarah Shirley, freshman from Queen Creek, Arizona. Her high score on the vault is a 9.8.
Here she goes. Yurchenko, layout full, beautiful layout full. Nice clean lines. Legs are super glued together in the air. She has that step on the landing, but was a great vault for the Broncos. Here she goes. Nice job. You see she kind of is off onto the side on the landing just a little bit, and that just comes from turning a little too early when you come off the table for the twist.
Over to the bars, and Emily Becerra, junior from Gurnee, Illinois.
It's nice to see Emily in the lineup. This is her second weekend in a row that she's in the lineup for bars competing. So she proves it day in and day out in the gym, practicing those routines over and over. And as she's proving that consistency, she's earned her spot in the lineup.
Yeah, you may have seen the student-produced film around our ESPN3 productions done by Eddie Garcia about Emily Becerra. A really good story. A lot of injuries, but she's fought through it to get into the starting lineup.
Absolutely. Here she goes. Nice cast handstand to her blind change. Straddle Jaeger. She was caught a little close to the high bar, but she's fighting through. Another cast handstand. Blind full into a double tuck. Nice stick. Exactly what they've been fighting on all week long is those landings. She did it. Here she goes into her dismount. Her double tuck. Beautiful landing.
On the vault, Stacy Harrison, the freshman.
She's got a Yurchenko layout full, huge layout full, and nails it. Nice job.
She fought that landing.
Yes, and you know what? She really gets up into the air and away from the table, and that really helps. It gives you that time to get around and see the landing before it happens.
Good for her to come back, especially coming in and falling on the bars, for her to be able to come back and get something like that on the ball.
Absolutely. She's definitely happy with that, and the girls are too, so great job for her.
Up next for NIU on the bars will be Catherine Prentice, the senior, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Kat is a bar swinger for sure. She's always in the lineup, very consistent for the Huskies all season long. Phenomenal bar worker. Here she goes, mounts to the high bar. Blind change directly into a straddle Jaeger. Love to see that toe point. Nice overshoot to handstand. And she's going to be gearing up for a big dismount. To a double layout. Nice stick. Another Husky who has delivered on their landings. Great job.
The senior steps up on the bars.
Absolutely. Here she goes into her dismount. Huge double layout. And a stick on the landing.
And over to Rachel Underwood.
Beautiful. Yurchenko full. And a great landing as well. You know, like I said in the beginning, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for nice, clean gymnastics today. Clean landings, no sticks, or all sticks, I should say. We want all of the sticks that we can get, and they are definitely delivering. They know what they need to do and to deliver, and they are doing it.
Really good competition so far between NIU, Western Michigan. We're in the second rotation. Up next for the Huskies on the bars will be Allison Richardson, the sophomore from Marysville, Ohio.
And Allison is a beautiful bar worker. She's nice, clean lines. She's got a lot of difficulty in her bar routine. She's going to mount. Nice cast handstand. Blind change directly into a straddle Jaeger. Another cast handstand into what we call a pack salto. Beautifully done. Going up, back up to the high bar. Blind full directly into a double tuck dismount. Another great performance. Those Huskies are really stepping up. Routine after routine, they're delivering. They're doing a great job. Here she goes for her dismount. Double tuck dismount. Just this little scooch. You know, she's fought for that landing for sure. Just a tiny little scooch with her feet on the landing.
Jackie Yates, the junior, will anchor here the vault for Western Michigan.
A Yurchenko layout. And that, she's new in the lineup, I believe, for the Broncos because of injuries. And so they put her in the lineup, and it was a solid layout Yurchenko. Here she goes. Nice, clean, just a step on the landing. She gets the job done.
So those are the 6 gymnasts that their scores will count, or 5 of the 6 there will count for Western Michigan. And now finishing it up on the bars is Ashley Potts. We talked about it in the open. Last time out, last weekend, she tied a school record, a 9.95 versus Ball State right here on the bars.
Yeah, and she's ranked second on bars in the MAC right now, and you're going to see why. Nice toe circle to handstand to a Shaposhnikova. She gets on and off the bars pretty quickly into a full-in dismount. And small step on the landing, but great job. Those Huskies, they went and fought the whole way. They did a great job. Here you're going to see her dismount. A full twist into one more flip. Great job by Potts.
Ashley Potts finishing it up on the bars for NIU. We'll have a couple exhibitions for Western Michigan. We'll have one exhibition on the vault. NIU will have exhibition on the bars. You see Sam Morelli giving some instruction. As we'll see Nina Martucci first up as an exhibitionist on the bars for NIU.
Yeah, she competed exhibition last weekend as well, and she's just fighting. She is fighting for a spot in that bar lineup. And the Huskies, they have a great advantage. They have a deep bar lineup. They have a lot of girls who could easily contribute to their bar lineup. And here she goes. Line change to a straddle. Nice release. On overshoot to handstand, she is fighting every ounce of the way. She's going to gear up for her dismount. She's got a huge dismount. Into a full in. Nice landing. So the full in, we call it a full in. It's basically 2 flips. The first flip has a full twist in it.
Martucci's coming off a personal best 9.80 last week on the bars. Again, this is exhibition for NIU. And one more will be Gabby Welch, the freshman that will be up on the bars on exhibition.
Yeah, and we have a lot. I feel like the Huskies have a lot of seniors and juniors contributing to the team. And so it's good to get the freshmen and sophomores some experience, because moving forward, they're going to be the ones who have to step it up and perform in the years to come. So it'll be great for Gabby to get this experience today.
We saw Gabby compete on the vault in the first rotation. And now she'll finish up the rotation for NIU on the bars. It was only a 1/10 point lead for NIU after the first rotation. As Welch is all set.
Here she goes to a nice handstand. Line change full to a Ginger. And she's going to go to her high to low bar transition. Okay, kick cast handstand. Getting ready for her dismount. Into a double layout and another landing delivered.
So that's 2 rotations done for Western Michigan and NIU. The Broncos will move to the floor. The Huskies move to the beam. We're halfway through here at the Convocation Center. Huskies had the 1/10 lead through the first rotation. We'll come back and give you some scores from that second rotation. It's been a good competition so far. Looking forward to the second half of it. NIU, Western Michigan. More to come as you're watching MAC Gymnastics on ESPN. You see the number there after 2 rotations. 97.725 for NIU, 97.2 for Western Michigan. As we get ready for the third rotation here at the Convocation Center, Andy Garcia alongside former Arizona State gymnast Ashley Feuerbach. And let's go to the bars and see what NIU did there, Ashley.
Yeah, they really had some solid routines, and they fought for those landings. Like I said, those landings are really going to help or they're going to hurt. And right now, the Huskies have been really focusing on that and their handstands. Those judges can take a lot of deductions when it comes to those, and they're performing, they're stepping it up, and they're getting their job done.
See Ashley Potts, her replay on the bars. And now the scores for NIU on the bars. Bartimio, 9.675. Pertel with the 9.675 as well. Becerra, that score will drop at the 9.45. 9.85s from Prentice, Richardson, and Potts. Ashley, Western Michigan was on the vault. What'd you see from them?
You know, they had some really good vaults that they delivered as well. So they were really fighting on their landings too, and so they're trying to step up and get every score that they can.
See some of the replays from them.
Nice landing there.
And here's Rachel Underwood.
Yeah, she's a big time contributor for the Broncos, and you can see it routine in, routine out. She delivers.
And the scores for Western Michigan on the vault. Kelsey Hood with the 9.65. Morgan Spence, that one will drop at the 9.25. Sarah Shirley, 9.775. Stacy Harrison, good comeback, 9.75 on the vault. 9.8 for Rachel Underwood and a 9.5 for Jackie Yates. And that's how Western Michigan did on the vault. And now we get ready for the third rotation. NIU will be on the beam. But first we'll look at Western Michigan on the floor. Their lineup will look like this. Kira Hoy, we'll see her for the first time today, the senior. Jessica Young-Kai, another senior. And then Rachel Binkley, Morgan Spence, Stacy Harrison, and Rachel Underwood will be the anchor on the floor, the junior, for the Broncos of Western Michigan. NIU on the beam. The lineup, Mia Lord, the freshman, Paige Nicholas, Cindy Lamberti, Allison Richardson, 2 sophomores there, and the seniors rounded up, Ashley Potts and Catherine Prentice. Ashley, we're through 2 rotations, okay? And we know that NIU has got the lead now by more than 0.5 of a point. What have you seen so far as you see the head coach for Western Michigan? We'll start with them and Penny Jernigan in her 5th season. What do you want to see from Western Michigan moving forward? As they have the floor and the beam left.
Yeah, so on floor, you're looking at artistry and as well as the skills that they are going to be competing. And they both have input in the score that they'll be getting from the judges. So, you're going to be looking for clean landings. For the leaps and jumps and turns, you're going to look for clean landings in there as well. Nice, clean form. And putting on a performance. Every 10th counts at this point, and they're really going to have to make sure they step up and perform to the best of their ability.
And for the Huskies, you see them getting ready to go. They have the beam, and then they have the floor.
Absolutely. So the Huskies, they're facing something a little bit different. They had to shift their lineup today. Senior Yandy Van Voorhees, she got hurt this week, earlier in the week, and so she's out of the lineup, and she's always been their starter for the last 4 years. So it's going to be an interesting to see how they handle that pressure. It is a difference, but it's only affecting just the first couple of people who are performing, so hopefully it doesn't shake them too much.
So that'll get you ready for the third rotation.
And we're starting off with a freshman. Mia has done a phenomenal job this season in the lineup. It's always nice to see freshmen perform in the lineup on beam. But she now has the starting position, so we'll see how she does. It's a nice straddle, press, mount to handstand. Very unique way of mounting onto the beam. It's nice to see something different. Gearing up for her flight series. Front aerial, directly to a back handspring. Layout step out. A little low landing there, but she fights, tries to pull it off as if nothing happens, which is exactly what you want to do on beam. Okay, split jump to a double stag jump. Nice jump combination there. Got to have a combination of flips and jumps and turns in your beam routine for variety. And she's going to get ready for her dismount. Round off double full. Nice landing. Beautiful job for the freshman to step up under that pressure, change in lineup. Now she's starting. Great job. Here goes she goes for her dismount. Nice landing. Nice job for the freshman.
Mia Lord from McCordsville, Indiana. Now on the floor, Kira Hoy, the senior from Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania.
Now she's getting ready for her first pass. Front handspring, front double full. Nice starting pass, that difficult. Here she goes for a leap combination. Nicely done.
It's not always about the jumps and the tumbles on the floor.
It's the artistry too, and if you're not engaging with the audience and in the judges, they can deduct for that. And then a nice back handspring layout step out. unusual for in the middle of a routine. But she's gearing up for her third pass now. Front handspring, Rudy to a double stack jump. Nicely done. Nice start position for the Broncos. Great start.
Kira Oy, the senior, starts it off on the floor for Western Michigan.
And she looked really nice and relaxed out there. She's smiling the whole way. Here's her last pass. Rudy to a double stack jump. Rudy's just another name for a front full and a half twist with a flip.
Here's Paige Nicholas for NIU on the beam. Paige Nicholas, a junior. She's coming off her top mark of the season last week with a 9.75.
Here she goes for a flight series. Back handspring, layout, step out. Nicely done. Nice jump combination. Nice full turn. She overturns it just slightly, but she dances out of it, tries to cover that up. And a lot of times judges won't take a deduction for that. Standing layout, step out, very difficult skill to do. Another jump combination, nicely done. You know, the difference I'm seeing from Paige as the meets have gone on throughout the season is she just has gotten a lot more calm throughout her routine. Ends with a run-off 1.5 twist with a small hop on the landing and does a great job. That's a great routine. Here's her dismount. Finishes nicely. Great job for the Huskies.
On the floor now, Jessie Youngkai, senior from Shelby Township, Michigan. We saw Jessie on the bars, and now we see her on the floor.
And immediately you already see her starting to engage throughout the room. And it's nice to see. You want a performance. It's a show. So you're competing. It's a show. Here's her first pass, double pike. Nice landing. Beautiful start for her routine. And very artistic. And she quickly gets into her next pass. Okay, front layout, front full, nicely done. I like the mixture of music here, different types of music in the routine. Beautiful jump combination. Now she's taking a breather here before she gets geared up for her third pass. It's all about stamina at this point. Front handspring, Rudy. Lands a little bit low with her chest, legs apart a little bit. Could have been a little bit more cleaner at the end when it's your last pass. It's hard to pull off when you're extremely tired. So it's all about endurance at that point. Here, you see the replay of her second pass. Nicely done.
Here's Cindy Lamberti for NIU, the sophomore. She's coming up a personal best 9.8 versus Ball State. Here on the vault. On the beam, excuse me.
Here she goes. She's going to do a front tuck. Difficult skill on the beam. Nicely done. Going into a leap combination with a back pike. Just a small bobble on there. And she's going to get ready for her flight series. Back handspring, layout, step out. Nice. Switch side. And she's going to get ready for her dismount. Round off. Double full with a stick. And she's excited. Look at how excited she is. And that's just so fun because you want to be happy, you want to celebrate, and you want to have those teammates right by your side. Nice front tuck from Cindy.
So that was Cindy Lamberty, the sophomore. Again, she was coming off a personal best 9.8 last week. And now back on the floor for Western Michigan will be the junior, Rachel Binkley.
Here, Rachel's getting ready for her first pass. Nice double pike. Good landing. Had a little low chest on her landing, which causes your hips to pull back, and so you take a bigger step. So it's a little bit more out of control on that landing. Here goes a front handspring, front full, front pike. Nice landing there. And a jump combination. Oh, she just did a 1.5. There's a jump combination. Switch side popa. And a popa is just another word for a straddle jump full. It's nice to see some variety in the floor choreography from gymnast to gymnast. You want to see something different, not just the same old routine. And the Broncos are doing a great job with that. And she's getting ready for that last pass. A 1.5 punch front pike. Good finish. Nice job for the Broncos.
That was a junior, Rachel Binkley from Phoenix, Arizona.
Here she goes into her last pass. A 1.5 to a front pike. Good finish.
On the beam, Allison Richardson, the sophomore.
Here she goes directly into her flight series. Back handspring, layout, step out. And she covers nicely. She's a little off, and she gains control. Allison is a pleasure to watch. She always has clean lines, nice clean form. Oh, that's unfortunate. So it was a difficult skill. It's a front tuck flip to her feet, coming off of 1 foot at a time. And she just had her shoulder dropped a little low to the left and took her balance down. So from here on out, it's hard. It's hard to finish the routine after a fall, but you have to finish the job. You've got to take care of the rest of your routine because every 10th counts. And if another individual falls, you want to make sure that you have the best score possible that you can. Here she goes for her dismount. Back handspring, 1.5, and then hop off to the side on the landing.
That was Allison Richardson, the sophomore from Marysville, Ohio.
Morgan Spence.
Over to Western Michigan on the floor. Morgan Spence, the freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right, here she goes, gearing up for her first pass. Double pike. Good save on that landing. It was a big step back, but she saved it. She could have gone out of bounds, too, and she didn't. Here she goes for her second pass. A front Rudy, punch front Rudy to a stag jump. that her teammates are on the sideline cheering her on, motivating her for her getting for her last pass ready. She goes run off 1.5 to a front layout. It's a little low, but she pulls off the landing really well.
Morgan Spence, the freshman, finishing up on the floor for Western Michigan. Here's the replay.
Nice job for Morgan. She goes round off 1.5 twist to a front layout. A little low on the landing because she didn't quite get the punch she wanted out of the full 1.5. But she did a great job.
On senior day, NIU will finish with 2 seniors. On the beam, first up, Ashley Potts.
And she's going switch leap to a split jump, just a little off. Balance check. And here, flight series, back handspring layout. Step out, nicely done. A lot of pressure on her shoulders, but she's a senior, she can handle it. She's been in this spot many times before. Here she goes to a front aerial. It's a little off, but she's staying with it. Nice jump combination. And she goes into her dismount gainer, full twist. Small hop on the landing. Nice job. She stayed on the beam. That's all that matters. Here comes her dismount. You're going to see she gainers. It's a the position is a 1 foot takeoff. And she swings that other leg to get momentum. Nice job for Ashley Potts. After a fall like that, it's a hard position to be in.
Here is Stacy Harrison, the freshman for Western Michigan. She's 5th up on the floor.
Today's her first day of being in the all-around, I believe, so it's nice to see that she's contributing as much as she can.
We've mentioned Western Michigan's had to go through some injuries, and you see a lot of freshmen, sophomores in the lineup.
Absolutely. Nice double pike to start off the routine. Here she goes for her second pass. Front full, front pike. Nice job. You want on that second flip, you want to see a little bit more height in the air out of the full twist to the front pike. She's doing a great job, though. Now it's time to slow down a little bit. Breathe a little bit, gearing up for the last pass. Here she's her jump combination. She gets some air. She's got springs in her legs, I think. All right, here she goes for her third pass. Round up back handspring, double tuck, difficult pass to finish with, and she does it. A nice job. She nailed it. Great job.
Fantastic job from the freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Stacy Harrison.
Yeah, it's great to get the freshmen to have some experience here, and she delivers. It's a nice double tuck. That's a difficult pass to end with when you're tired, and she did a great job.
Here is Catherine Prentice, the senior, to finish it up on the beam for NIU.
Kat's beautiful to watch on beam. Always nice straight legs and pointed toes. Those little things really make a big difference. Here she is for her flight series. Back handspring layout, step out. Nicely done. I love how she just went down to the low beam. She has to curl her toes all the way under her, put pressure on the other side of her feet. It's a fun way. Jump combination, switch leap, straddle half. And she's getting ready for her dismount. It's a combination of different skills. So she goes cat leap, aerial, lev, full, and sticks the landing. That's an awesome job for her.
And that's how you anchor.
That's exactly how you anchor. You know that when you're in that anchor position, anything can happen before you. So you're going to have the pressure of carrying the team. And she did a phenomenal job.
We'll go back to Stacy Harrison for a second. She got a 9.9, and that's a career high on the floor for the freshman.
Wow, that is awesome for her. Great job for the freshman.
And finishing up on the floor for the Broncos is the junior, Rachel Underwood.
Here's her first pass. Beautiful, double full. Very difficult pass, and she did it nicely. She's really delivering with her artistry, too. It's a great element to have throughout the routine. It really makes a big difference to pull in the audience. Here's her second pass. Rudy to a layout step out. Beautifully done. You see all of her teammates doing their choreography with her. That's fun. Nice leap combination. She's breathing a little bit, taking her time before she gets to her third pass. Here she goes. Front handspring, Rudy. Nice landing. Great job by Rachel.
The anchor on the floor for Western Michigan was the junior Rachel Underwood. And boy, she stepped up as well.
Yeah, both anchors really delivered.
Gets a big hug from her head coach, Penny Jernigan.
Yeah, and being in the all-around, she's not typically competing all four events. So for her to be able to step up and add a fourth event today was really big for her. Here's that last pass at Rudy. Beautiful landing. Couldn't have finished that better.
So we do have one exhibition on the beam for NIU, and it's going to be Anna Martucci. Anna from Clarkson, Michigan. She was MAC Specialist of the Week.
Yes, her floor routine is just so dominant. It's impeccable to watch, really. It's her third time she was the MAC Specialist for floor this year. And a lot of that has to do with her artistry and how she performs. Obviously, the skills are there. But on beam, she's been really trying to get into the lineup, and that's why she's competing exhibition again today. And you'll see she's got beautiful lines. She really likes to perform. She's sharp, clean gymnast, and so we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see a great routine from her today.
Looking forward to that floor routine.
Yes.
She's going to anchor for NIU, but again, she's up on exhibition on the beam.
Right, so her routine, the score won't count no matter what happens. Her score won't count towards the team. Back handspring, layout step out, nicely done. She's nice, sharp, crisp with her arms when she does her poses. Little bounce check there on her full turn. She recovers nicely. She gears up for a front tuck. Nice save. Here's a jump combination, cat leap to a switch side. And dismount to a front full step. She nails that dismount, I think, every time I've seen her do it. Great job by Anna.
So that was exhibition on the beam for Anna Martucci, and one exhibition on the floor for Western Michigan will be Dominique Militello, the freshman from Essexville, Michigan.
And Broncos coach Penny, she was telling me that she's exhibitioning on 3 different events today. So it's a big deal for her to get that experience, get some competition under her belt. And she's starting off really well. Here she goes for a second pass. Oh, double pike. A little low landing. She pulls it off really well. Jump combination. Here she's gearing up for her third pass. Here she goes, front layout, front full to a stag jump. Beautifully done. Nice job.
So we are finished up now through 3 rotations. Western Michigan finished on the floor there, and NIU finished on the beam. As we take the time out, we're through 3 rotations. We get ready for the 4th and final rotation of the day. Mia Lord from NIU going strong on the beam, and it was a career high 9.9 for Stacy Harrison on the floor for Western Michigan. You see the scores through 3 rotations. It's close. We'll come back. MAC Gymnastics on ESPN. NIU women's basketball team will host the first round MAC tournament game at 6 p.m. at the Convocation Center here. Tickets are on sale now at the Convocation Center. Women's basketball season ticket members can get their tickets electronically via email. Tickets are just $8 for reserved seats and $5 for general admission. Come cheer on the Huskies in their quest to get to Cleveland. You see from left to right, Courtney Woods, Kayla Voigt, Kelly Smith, and Allie Mae. Just some of the NIU women's basketball team cheering on the NIU gymnastics team. And don't forget, if you can't make it out to the Convocation Center tomorrow night, we'll have it right here on ESPN3. NIU taking on Eastern Michigan tomorrow. NIU was on the beam in the 3rd rotation. Ashley, what'd you see?
They did this is Mia, freshman for the Huskies, and she started the team off really strong, which is difficult to do. I think that they could have been a little bit sharper, a little bit more clean. They did have a fall by Allison Richardson, but you know what? They stayed on. They did their job, and that's what you need to do when you're on beam.
You see the numbers there from the beam. Mia Lord with the 9.775. Paige Nicholas, 9.725. Cindy Lamberty, 9.775. The rest of the scores there. And for Western Michigan on the floor, they did a really good job as well, and they really had to like their 3rd rotation.
Yeah, they really came in, and they knew on floor that they needed to perform well, and they delivered for sure. All of the girls had some great routines, and right there, that was a double full, beautifully done. A lot of front twisting today out of the team, and they performed well. They came in and they did their job, and that's what you need to do moving forward.
You see Stacy Harrison there again, a 9.9, a career high for her on the floor. The team was pumped after seeing that score. And Rachel Underwood, the junior, finished it off.
Yep. It's the reason why she's the anchor. Delivered well.
And the scores for Western Michigan on the floor. It's not too bad when you have to throw out a 9.7 sometimes.
Absolutely. They delivered. They knew that they're coming from behind. They really needed to step it up. And on floor is the event you really rely on in getting one of your higher team scores, and you really can't make a mistake when it comes to floor. So they did stepped up and delivered when they needed to.
Again, overall, NIU is leading. As we take a look at the lineup for the floor for NIU, Allison Richardson, the sophomore, were started off. Paige Nicholas, the junior. Amanda Bartimeo, Ashley Potts, Catherine Prentice, and then Anna Martucci, who, as we talked about, is the MAC Specialist of the Week because of the floor. We'll see her anchor the Huskies in the 4th and final rotation. Western Michigan, they will be on the beam to finish it off today here, the Convocation Center. They're looking to come back as they're down right now in the overall team score. The lineup for the Broncos will look like this. Morgan Spence and Stacy Harrison, 2 freshmen will start off. You get the seniors in there with Jessica Young-Kai, Rachel Binkley, Rachel Underwood, and Kira Hoy will anchor the Broncos, the senior, on the beam as we move to our fourth rotation. Again, senior day here for NIU, also alumni day for the Huskies. And I've seen a couple alumni here. There's going to be a presentation afterwards for both the seniors and the alumni. Always great to get the alumni back. As you see Sam Morielli again, his team has really put up some big numbers, and he's looking to finish it off on the floor. Where we look at what's going to come up on the floor for NIU. Ashley, last week for NIU, either all the gymnasts tied a career high or had a new career high on the floor versus Ball State. We'll see if they can do it again here against Western Michigan.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was done under pressure. They came into the floor rotation last weekend behind in scores, and they came up with their best floor performance of the season. I really haven't seen them compete that clean at all season long, and the scores showed for sure. So we're excited to see them perform. Watched them in warm-ups. They warmed up really nicely. I know they're excited. It's senior day. Last rotation. Got to get amped up.
So they're going to have a review here. We're being told there will be a review.
Okay.
As you see the NIU gymnastics team getting ready for the floor. And we move to Morgan Spence. She'll start it off on the beam for Western Michigan, the freshman.
And another freshman starting off as the lead in the beam rotation. One arm back handspring to a layout step out. Really difficult. And she does it nicely. Into her leap combination, switch leap, split jump to what we call a beat jump. And she did have a slight pause after her switch leap, so their judges might not give her the connection bonus that she would need for that skill. And she goes aerial dismount to a full. Small step on the landing, but she gets the job done. Nice job under freshman for the freshman.
Morgan Spence from Raleigh, North Carolina. See the replay for Spence.
Here she goes for her dismount. Aerial, step out to a full. Nice job.
And over to the floor, Allison Richardson. She had a career high 9.85 on the floor last weekend versus Ball State.
Here she goes for her first pass. Beautiful double pike. Nice opening pass. And she quickly gets ready to go for her second pass. Front handspring, Rudy, nice job. Now she's connecting with her teammates and alumni on the sideline. And then it's leap combination. Beautiful. Now she's taking a breather before her last pass. And a 1.5 to a front layout. Nice finish for Allison Richardson. Great job for the Huskies. Good start.
Allison Richardson, the sophomore from Ohio.
She goes for her last pass. Run off 1.5 layout to a front layout. Great job.
Now over to the beam. Stacy Harrison, again coming off a 9.9 on the floor. The freshman's now on the beam.
A lot of experience for Stacy today. Nice leap combination. Switch leap to a straddle quarter. Here she goes for her flight series. Back handspring, layout step out. Oh, big bobble, but she stays on. She recovers. Nice fight by the freshman. little jump combination. Get some extra bonus in there. Now she's going to get ready for her dismount. Oh, she's nice combination. A cat leap into a gainer full. Slight step on the landing, but overall, more pressure for that freshman, and she handles it well. Great job. Here she goes for a dismount. A cat leap, unusual combination for a dismount, and she does it well. Just that big step on the landing.
Over to NIU on the floor, Paige Nicholas. She had a career high 9.825 last weekend versus Ball State here on the floor.
And she's got some power. Here goes her first pass. Nice double pike, beautiful landing. And she's gearing up for her second pass. To a front full, front layout, to a stag jump, nicely done. It's always nice to be able to compete floor in front of your home crowd. Just gets a little bit more exciting, gives you a little bit more adrenaline. It's a little bit more fun. Here's our jump combination. Nice job. And she's getting ready for her last pass. Difficult pass to end with. And the double tuck. Oh, she bounces out of bounds. One of the judges did raise her arms, so which means that they will deduct on the ending score. But overall, she did a great job.
The fans liked the routine from Paige Nicholas. We'll see the replay. See a lot of the alumni getting high fives.
Here she goes. So she's just going a little crooked off to the side and bounces out of bounds. She steps 1 foot over there. It's 1/10 deduction for stepping out of bounds. Nice flight series by Jessica.
Young Kai, the senior from Shelbytown, Michigan. Her highest score is a 9.825 on the beam.
Beat jump into a split 3/4. So she jumps with a split 3/4 of the way around, not completely a full twist. Cat leap, aerial, full dismount with a stick. Nice job. And she's excited about it. I would be too.
Big performance from Jessie Youngkai.
Here's her dismount cat leap into the aerial, into the full dismount. Same dismount that Catherine Prentice competed. And she's excited. Broncos are looking strong on beam.
So we've seen 3 on the beam for Western Michigan. Now we'll see the third Husky on the floor. It'll be Amanda Bartimio, the sophomore. Again, she tied a career high with a 9.825 on the floor versus Ball State last Sunday.
Yeah, and she's a powerful tumbler. She's been powerful overall. She's a great vaulter. Floor team, she does a double layout for her first pass. Has always been really strong on floor, so we're excited to see her today.
Just about all set for her to go at it. This is the 4th and final rotation of the meet between Western Michigan and NIU, and here goes Bartimio.
Here she goes for her first pass. A big double layout out of her. Nice landing. Huge opening pass for her. Nice jump combination. On those jump combinations, whenever you see any split, whether it's a regular split or a straddle split, you're really looking for that 180 degrees horizontal with the surface of the floor or the beam. And if you don't get there, it's a deduction. Nice recovery there. She went front layout, front full, just a little low, but she recovered well. She's getting ready for her third pass. Ending with a double tuck. Huge double tuck. Nice ending. Nice job by Amanda.
Amanda Bartimeo finishing up her day on the floor, the sophomore.
And they're delivering. Here's her last pass. That double tuck was huge at the end. Nice landing.
On the beam, Rachel Binkley, junior from Phoenix, Arizona.
Split jump. Straddle 3/4. Nicely done. Here she goes for a flight series. Back handspring. Layout, step out. Oh, that's too bad. She came off. Nice full turn. Everyone has to have a full turn in their routine. Here she goes, front tuck to a beat jump. Beautifully done. She's really finishing off this routine strong despite the error that she had on her flight series. And that's exactly what you need to do. She's getting ready for her dismount. And a gainer pike off the end of the beam to a stick. Strong finish to that routine. She could have easily just, not really performed as well as you would. It's hard to do that under an error when you fall, and she gets the job done and delivers.
That was Rachel Binkley. On the floor, the senior, Ashley Potts. She tied a career high with a 9.8 last time out. Again, you heard a lot on the floor with NIU last week versus Ball State.
Here she is for her first pass, a big double tuck, and she cleans it up. Nice job. Typically, she kind of pulls her legs apart a little bit more and has what we call a cowboy. And her legs are closer together on that. The judges probably won't really take much on as far as the deduction goes. So that's a great job for her. Here she gets ready for her second pass. Having fun with the audience over there. 1.5 to a layout. Nice landing. Beautiful. She's having fun. She's soaking it up. This is her last routine in front of that hometown. Nice leap combination there. As she gets ready for her third pass. Front handspring, 1.5 twist, also called a Rudy. Great performance by Ashley.
On senior day, the senior on the floor.
She finishes off nicely. Here she goes into her second pass, 1.5 to a front layout. Beautiful job.
And now Rachel Underwood, the junior from Cary, Illinois. Her high score on the beam has been a 9.875.
It's the fourth routine of the day for her. Nice combination there into her aerial. It's a cartwheel with no hands. Here she goes into her flight series. Back handspring. Layout step out. Oh, that's too bad.
And you'll have to count one of those now because we've seen 2 Broncos fall on the beam.
That's right. That's right. And so, like I said, now that we have a fall, whose score is going to count? And so you want to try to get that rest of the routine done as flawless as you can make it. And she's doing a great job. Beat jump into a split 3/4, a little low, landing with her chest. Back leg on the split was a little low. It's a nice skill you don't see very often. Here she goes. Rachel's getting ready for her dismount. Cartwheel gainer, layout full dismount, and a nice landing. So she finishes the job. She gets it done. But she does make an error on that flight series. She goes back handspring, layout step out, and as she goes into the layout, she doesn't get the footing that she needs to push off of the beam for her layout step out, and which ends with the fall. So it's unfortunate for the Broncos to have a fall there.
You see the number for Ashley Potts, a 9.925. That's a new career high for her on the floor, and you can see some of the emotion as the tears flow for the senior.
Wow, that's really exciting for her. I know that she's been really working hard on floor and all season long to clean it up. And what a way to end her performance here at Convocation Center.
And next up for NIU on the floor will be Catherine Prentice, the senior. She tied her career best with a 9.85 on the floor last weekend.
This is a fun routine to watch. Here goes Kat's first pass. She goes 2.5 twists to a front tuck, landed perfectly. Kat loves to dance. She loves to perform. Under the bright lights, she calls it being glamorous under these big lights in the Convocation Center. And she's getting ready to go for her second pass. It's a big pass for her, too. For handspring double full. Good job. She did hop out of it a little bit, so there will be a deduction the judges will take on that. Here she goes for her leap combination. Switch ring to a switch split. Half. And they have a lot of variety in their routines as well, like the Broncos did. Nita Teague, she's the assistant coach. She does all of the choreography for the Huskies. This year she had to do 9 different floor routines, which is really hard to do. Kat finished nicely with a front handspring Rudy, which is a 1.5. Great job by the senior. Great way to end her performance here for the senior. Here she goes. Her Rudy last pass finishes really nice. Great job by Kat.
One more each here in the 4th rotation. Western Michigan with Kira Hoy, the senior, will finish it off on the beam, the senior from Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania. She was MAC Specialist of the Week 2 weeks ago. Her high score on the beam is a 9.875.
Here she's going to go right into her flight series. Is a gainer back handspring to a layout step out. Nice. That's fun to see something different with the gainer back handspring. She basically took off of one leg into that back handspring. It's hard to do. A little jump combination, a little small split on that split 3/4, so the judges are going to take a deduction on that. But she has beautiful lines, nice clean dance. It's nice to see that from a gymnast. Side aerial to a split 1/4. Beautiful. Here she goes for a dismount, gainer, pike. Huge dismount with a nice stick. Great job anchoring for the Broncos.
A nice finish for the senior. on the beam.
That was a phenomenal dismount. Gets the height that she needs and the stick that she needs.
And the anchor, NIU, on the floor. It's Anna Martucci. We talked about her. She's a MAC Specialist of the Week. Her third this season. She tied a career high with a 9.925 last weekend right here on the floor.
Yeah, she's just a joy to watch on floor. She's very dynamic. You know, she might not have fun, like the smile and flirt with the audience or anything like that, but the dynamics is there, and that's just a beautiful thing to see on floor. Huge double pike opening pass. Here she goes for her second pass. Front full, front layout, nice landing. She goes into her leap connection. Beautifully done. Like I said, the dynamics are there, and there's a reason why she's anchoring. This is her third week of being MAC Specialist of the Week on floor, and this is why. She's proving it. Just ending with her last pass here. Double tuck. Beautiful. Oh, and the Huskies are thrilled. They love it. Anna's happy with it. Great job.
That's how you finish it up on the floor. The sophomore, Anna Martucci. That's going to be a big score.
Absolutely. Here she goes for her double tuck dismount. Last pass of the routine, and she nails it, and she loves it. There's a big score for the Huskies.
Not only the big smile from Anna Martucci, but also a big smile from her head coach, Sam Moriali, in the background. As we're going to have a couple exhibitions. One on the beam right here is Dominique Militello. And then we'll see two exhibitions on the floor for NIU. So here's the freshman from Essexville, Michigan.
This is the third routine of the day that she's been in for an exhibition position. Oh, and that's unfortunate. She had a fall. But you can hear the crowd. That could have had something to do with it. I think there's a big score over there on floor from Anna Martucci.
Well, you'll see why there's such a big reaction after we see this routine from Militello.
But when you have that loud reaction, and you're up on beam, that's hard. It's a hard position to be in, and she's finishing off her routine strong. She's getting ready for her dismount. A front full dismount with a small hop.
So that was Dominique Militello. Anna Martucci, again, we know how good she is on the floor, and you see the celebration, and now you're going to see why. A 9.975 for Anna Martucci, and
wow.
Look at this excitement when she saw that she got a 9.975.
Yeah, and deservedly so. I mean, she has just delivered routine after routine. She's been phenomenal.
And that's got to be one of the higher ever for NIU. Again, that 9.925, that tied a career high for her last time. That was a 9.975. She thanks the judges, says thank you, the sophomore.
Oh, that's funny.
And that 9.925 last week tied for third on the NIU top 10 list. So a 9.975, it's got to be one or two. I mean, but how about the celebration from the sophomore?
And that's the reason why she's the anchor. She delivers. They can rely on her, and she's earned it. She has worked her butt off, and good for her.
So this is Gabby Welch on exhibition on the floor. Welch, the freshman from Greenbrier, Tennessee.
Gabby's been working hard on trying to get into the lineup as well, and so it's nice to see that she's continuing to work the exhibition position for floor. Here's her second pass. A whip half to a front layout. Nicely done. It's hard to follow that big routine by Anna, and she's doing a great job. She goes into a leap combination. And her last pass. Round up, double pike, huge pass to finish with. She did a great job. Beautiful ending.
Gabby
Great job.
Welch, what a freshman in exhibition for
Yeah.
NIU. And one more gymnast for the Huskies. On the floor will be Emily Becerra, the junior. She had a personal best 9.75 last weekend. And we see it again from NIU on the floor. We saw it last weekend against Ball State. We see it here against Western Michigan. We'll take a look at those numbers. But looking at them on the floor, NIU a 49.325 as a team.
Wow.
That finishes up that fourth rotation. We'll have final numbers for you in a little bit. But that is how you finish off a meet.
Absolutely. And that is the highest floor team score that they've had all season. So they did it again. They topped it off. And, you know, you want to see that from them. You want to see them building throughout the meet, under pressure situations, delivering delivering when you need it. And as the meet goes on, you know you can rely on that high floor score as a team. They did a phenomenal job today.
Again, this is part of Senior Day for NIU. 4 seniors being recognized, Alumni Day. But it was the sophomore that topped them all off on the floor.
Absolutely. She delivered.
So here is Emily Becerra, the junior from Gurnee, Illinois. It'll be our final exhibition for NIU. Western Michigan is all done. They've gotten through their 4 rotations.
And Emily Becerra, she's a fun performer on floor. Her routine really gets the crowd involved and her teammates involved, and it'll be fun to watch today.
Our final routine of the day.
Here she goes for her first pass. Whip to double tuck. Lands a little low, takes a step out, but nicely done. And she's gonna flirt with her teammate. Here she goes, her leap combination. Switch ring to a cat 1.5. Here she goes for her second pass. For handspring, Rudy. Nice job. And the fact that the Huskies can have 2 exhibitions on this event also proves that they have a deep lineup, and giving those girls who are not exactly in the lineup that experience, it just gives them more readiness for a meet. What if somebody goes down and you got to step it up, and which is the case that happened on beam this year. So Emily's really getting the job done over there on floor. Great job.
Emily Becerra finishes it off as Andy Garcia, Ashley Feuerbach. And we just got a note. Martucci with the 9.975, the highest score in any event by NIU gymnasts since March 24th, 1995, when Margaret Morose got a 10.0. That was at the Midwest Championships. That was the only 10. A 9.975 for Anna Martucci. What a way to finish it off. And we'll come back and we'll give you all the scores and tell you if NIU gets another victory or if Western Michigan came on the road and got the win here at the Convocation Center. Anna Martucci with a 9.975. You could tell she thought it'd be a big score. I don't know if she thought it'd be this big, but it was fantastic. NIU, Western Michigan. Coaches, Penny Jernigan, the head coach for Western Michigan, and Sam Moriali, the head coach for NIU, as we are done with the meet today here at the Convocation Center, and some nice scoring and some good competition. Andy Garcia alongside Ashley Feuerbach, and man, that was some good gymnastics right there. Always good here in the MAC, but again, NIU on the floor, that was fun to watch. And Western Michigan, again, going through some injuries, but some of their gymnasts stood up as well.
Absolutely. It was an exciting meet. You know, NIU was ahead most of the way, and they did have some errors on beam, and that kind of opened the door for the Broncos to come back up. So, again, they were in a position where they felt that pressure going into the floor competition, and they delivered. They did a great job. They performed well. And, you know, I would be really proud of the team if I were Coach Moriali.
Yeah, nice senior day for the Huskies. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Western Michigan on the beam and what we saw from them.
Yeah, so we did have several falls on beam, and unfortunately when you have a fall, more than one fall, you have to count that score. So the Broncos, you know, they struggled a bit there, but the girls who did stay on the beam, they performed well, they delivered. It was nice to see that fight out of the Broncos.
We saw two freshmen for the Broncos on the beam as you see them finish up, and the scores for Western Michigan on the beam look like this. Morgan Spence with a 9.7, Stacey Harrison 9.6, Jessica Young-Kai 9.8, nice score for Young-Kai, 9.3 for Rachel Binkley, Rachel Underwood with a 9.25, and a nice score from Kara Loy, a 9.825 to finish it off on the beam. NIU again finishing up on the floor, and the numbers they put up, led by Anna Martucci, again, fun to watch.
Absolutely. You know, they stepped up and performed well. They felt that pressure like they did last weekend, and so they knew that they needed to be on top of it today going into floor, and they performed. They stepped up. Great job by Ashley Potts, the senior. And to cap it off with Anna Martucci's 9.975, proving again why she's MAC Specialist of the Week 3 times this year.
You see her finish up, and the excitement from her and head coach Sam Moriali, and you see when she finds out a 9.975, again the highest score for any event by an NIU gymnast since March 24th, 1995. I can do quick math. That's 23 years ago. And here's the individual scores. Allison Richardson with the 9.85. Paige Nicholas with a 9.675. Amanda Partimio, 9.8. Ashley Potts with a 9.925. Catherine Prentice, 9.775. And you see Martucci with the 9.975. And you see them getting another congratulations on this senior day and alumni day here at the Convocation Center. And the score for NIU and Western Michigan, it will show that NIU got the win. There are some things in replay, but the numbers right now are good for NIU. 195.75, another 195-pointer for NIU as Western Michigan gets the 194.375. So the Huskies get the win.
Yeah, exactly what they needed to do today. Their job was to drop one of their lower scores for the season, to increase their RQS, which in turn will bump them up in the national standings, and that's exactly what they needed to get done today, and they did it.
That was a fun day of gymnastics here at the Convocation Center. The final home meet for NIU, a senior day, and it's a good win for NIU as they finish it off the floor. And again, senior day, you got a lot of emotions that you want to come out and compete well, and the Huskies did, and they got the home win.
Absolutely. I'm sure Sam Moriali is really proud of his team today. They delivered.
That was fun. We'll have to do it again, all right?
Yeah,
Down the road,
absolutely.
me and you back at it for gymnastics.
All right.
So for Ashley Feuerbach, I'm Andy Garcia saying so long from the NIU Convocation Center. NIU gets the win over Western Michigan here, as you see head coach Sam Moriali. To watch this entire competition on replay, as well as other events on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. Thanks everybody for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN.